It's time I got back to the good life. It's time I got back. It's time I got back. And I don't even know how I got off the track. I wanna go back, yeah. Huh. Alright, there we go. Oh, why is it okay, nice. I need to close that for now.
No.
And I don't wanna be an old man anymore. You know, it's been a year.
Hello.
It's been a year or two since I was down on the floor, Cole.
Okay, Weezer.
Shaking booty all that night. It's time
Weezer?
I got back to the good life.
Weezer?
True.
Is it?
Yeah. And I don't wanna be an old man anymore. After your last good album, Pinkerton was your last good album. I hate Weezer fans a lot.
You hate
Yes,
Weezer fans.
yes. Specifically myself.
Bruh.
Bruh. Guys, how do you turn off notifications on Steam? Interface. Account? No. No, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. What the fuck, bro? Alright, well, this requires a Google search. Fucking. Wait, why did it do that?
You heard her.
True.
Now do what she says.
No.
Then perish.
God, I hope. Ah. SQ is for bitchin'. I shouldn't complain. Notifications.
NANI?!
Always.
You? Me.
Alright, kiddos. Who the fuck nani'd me? Freaking frick you, buddy!
Who are you talking to?
Whoever did the nani. And Subchild for fucking saying freaking pooper. Better watch your language in my chat, bucko.
Oh my god, that is vile.
It's vile.
It's ignorant. It's so bigoted.
Yeah. You did
Disgusting.
what? You did what? Who do I got to blame? Nobody but me. Uh-oh. since I was
Let's
down.
dissolve the band.
Chicken money all that night. It's time I got back to the good life. It's time I got back. Man, if I wouldn't get... If I wasn't worried about getting banned on YouTube, I would do nothing but stream Weezer. Like listen to Weezer the entire time I stream. Freak YouTube, man.
How many hours would that be?
Hmm?
You'd stream for the exact amount of.
No. I'm saying I would only listen to Weezer whenever I streamed. I wouldn't listen to like their entire discography. It's just whenever I streamed, it's only Weezer. I think that's funny.
You
Are
quite
the only
jokester, huh?
exception.
You are the only exception.
What a banger song. What's up, child? You better take that shit back, by the way.
What did they say?
They said they fricked my mom last night.
I did.
I mean, freaking heck, man.
I did.
You freaking fricker. I'm gonna
Get
freaking cry, bro.
Get both.
Freaking freak, yeah. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. Ain't gonna cause a scene. Sorry. I'm not sorry, that's the joke. Lol, 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 lol. Say goodbye this time. I really need a new music taste in general. Let's be honest.
Why?
Why? Because all I listen to is like emo, like weird metal, and Weezer.
I exclusively listen to Phoebe Bridgers and Harry Styles, and
White.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about this, huh?
Says White, listens to Weezer. What?
I could hear that on your end.
Good.
I didn't even hear it through the stream.
Good.
That's funny.
That's funny. I would play with the dog. Like, I've literally, you know how many times I've listened to Stickly lately? You don't even know what that is, do you?
I was about to say, who?
No, Stickly's a song. It's
Exactly.
it's an iconic song. Who? You know what that song did for metalcore? Shut up.
Okay.
Me when okay. They ain't gonna hurt
That's how Jacob
nobody.
manipulates women.
Guys, am I streaming on Bloons, by the way? Oh, I am.
Yeah, you are.
Sick. I forgot to change that, so it must have been the last thing I streamed. Sick.
You just open up Streamlabs.
Huh? I
and
changed
it
the
was already
title.
Ready.
I changed the title, but I forgot to change the game. Oh, I'm on half cash. I was like, why is everything so expensive? I forgot what game mode I was
Did you
playing.
hear that?
I did.
Was it a good? It was good, right? You're gonna take that back one day, and you're gonna wish you took it back now, and you're gonna beg for your life.
Yeah, the only thing I'm taking is stick up the butt.
Well, that's what you are okay with.
That seemed awfully judgmental, Cole.
No, I said if that's what you are okay
Yeah,
with.
you said it in a demeaning manner.
No, I did not.
I
say
think
it in
you
a
did.
mean manner. No, Because I was thinking about whether I should say, well, if that is what you consent to. But if that is what you are okay with.
No.
You're not okay with. Okay, see? Now we've gotten...
No. I'm
What?
homophobic.
Yeah. We boiled it down to what the point of everything in life
Well, the
equals.
point is...
Fish.
Nah, the point is this. You fucking what, mate?
Hey, what, mate?
Are you fucking wanking?
Fucking what, mate?
Fucking cheers, bruv. God, I fucking love bullying British people. Arr, 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 arr. Am I right?
You're the anime girl voice.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Whoever else is in chat.
There's nobody
Beg.
else here.
Beg. No, there's another person.
Yeah, me.
Do they count you as a person?
Yeah, I'm watching. I haven't opened.
Oh. Damn.
Who do you think I am? Of course I have my stream open.
Do other streamers do that?
Yeah. I gotta make sure it's coming through well.
True.
And I don't wanna be an old man anymore. Since I was down on the floor, making sweet love all
Ah,
that
Jordan
night.
not found.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, when they find him, don't tell me.
Don't let me know. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
So good. It was so good.
You're so... We're so fucking stupid.
Yeah, we are. Don't let me know. Anywho.
Don't bring me down. Ooh, ooh. Don't bring me down.
Bruce.
And I don't want... Should I just react Andy to this video? I always think about react Andying to. What does that mean, Cole?
Hold on. What did you say?
Hmm?
Repeat what you just asked me.
Don't agree if you don't know what I said. What the fuck, man?
Can you say it
I
again?
said... Don't you... I was like, do you think I should just react Andy to the video I want to react Andy to?
What does that mean?
Oh, react Andy's just like watching content on stream.
Yeah, what should you react Andy to?
Oh, I've been watching like these like dumb political conversation videos lately, and this lady keeps joining it, and everybody's always talking about her level system. And it's like she like levels people like 1 to 5 on their like, I don't know. But you know, these people are ones, these,
Or
huh?
what does this like do?
I was,
Categorize?
yeah.
Who is
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna go watch. I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's always talking to her about it, and I just don't know anything about it. So I want to watch. And I don't wanna be. So we're gonna react Andy to that here in a second. Cole, I'll stream it in Discord for you and everything.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say thank you.
And I don't wanna be an old man anymore. It's crazy how easy this game actually is. boy, this time. Hey Tito, how you doing, buddy? Just getting to react Andy.
Where did Tito? It's not in chat.
It's YouTube.
Oh, shoosh.
Oh, shoosh. That's good. It's always good to be doing good, you know?
Hello, YouTube Nation. To Belly Bear Nation. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new stream. So
What
here
is
today,
up, Drum
we
Alert
have
Nation?
The Belly Bear playing Bloom.
No,
We'll
it's...
also maybe react Andy into a couple videos.
Shut up, Cole.
Supposedly, what he will be react Andying to. People, but we don't.
What?
Scale. So, thanks for coming back to the stream, boys and girls and theys and thems and everyone's.
Kind of crazy how you didn't say Jews there.
I said everyone's. Dingus.
Guys, I got another black border. Look, Cole, I got another black border.
What does that mean?
It means I've beat every level on that map. There's a whole bunch of levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 per level, or per map. They get fucking like dumb, like stupid hard.
Okay.
Alright, let's
Let me
react Andy
welcome
to
the-
this video.
Let me welcome the people
No,
to this one more time.
I'm gonna deafen.
Okay,
I'm gonna deafen.
everyone.
I'm gonna deafen.
Okay. No!
Alright, you ready? You ready, Cole?
Yeah.
Alright. What is up, Drum Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right to the news.
My name is Brittany, and I'm a
Alright.
stupid person on the internet who has a camera. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my life philosophy. This is how I observe humanity. You can write it off. You can think
Why
it's
is it not
stupid,
showing?
crazy, whatever.
There
I
it
am
is. Hey,
interested in
boys.
your opinions, and I do want you to try to debunk my philosophy as a way to help me grow as a human. So I'm being selfish, and I am asking you to take 10 minutes of your day to prove to me I'm wrong. Because if you can't, well then, I must be right. But with that said, let's go through it. This philosophy
So true.
disclaimer was created with a co-author, but they would like to remain anonymous. So I will be taking all of the credit for this idiocity, or in some cases, geniosity, and I will go ahead and share with you the levels. Now, this is important, and this is kind of the big disclaimer of the video. There are 3 specific reactions I tend to get when I share this. And if you feel like you might be any of them, consider either not finishing the video and exercising your free will and going to do something else, or just keep it in mind as you watch. The first reaction are people who love exploring the idea with me. They have a good time, and it's just something they think is silly, but they also think it's interesting enough to spend hours and hours discussing it with me. The second group of people are people who hate me and think I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's me!
Arrogant and a narcissist. I understand because what I'm about to say might feel very arrogant, but it is in no way, shape, or form meant to make people feel bad. It's meant to help you because it helped me live a more full and joyful life. Doggo will give his input through the video, I am sure. The third reaction is people who have literally gone insane. I've had this happen. It is not a joke. I have had people experience insanity when exploring these ideas with me because they get overwhelmed with not knowing the answer.
Don't go insane, Cole. Don't listen to the voices.
Oh God, don't go insane.
Don't listen to the voices, Cole.
How you want to examine the
You start hearing the voices, you can always
I will proceed to show you the levels,
come to me,
talk
bro.
you
I
about
got that
them.
magic
But please
stuff.
remember
I
to
got
care
that
for your
good
own mental
stuff
health
to
through this
cure
process.
you,
Level
bro.
1 is the unsatisfied
Level
need.
1.
Often these
Okay.
people can be examined as lower functioning humans, but I don't mean in terms of ability. I mean in terms of choices. There are people who have every reason to succeed. Money, access, support, and some don't, but in general they usually do. And they, for some reason, are self-sabotaging.
Can we pause?
They cannot find satisfaction in
And commentate on that.
Alright.
Comment.
Yeah.
So, already, jumping out of the gate, they are.
Why are you talking like that?
They are putting people into boxes, and.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of the level system. Is that
I know, but it's so linear. And
I think she truly believes people fit like these boxes and these boxes only. Just from what I've heard her talk. Anyways.
existence. They're usually so unsatisfied with existence.
I'm gonna turn down
that they're
balloons a
even
little bit. My bad, boys.
So useless that they can't kill themselves. Society. They're kind of like the virus of society. They cling to existence and to breathing on oxygen, but will in no way shape
Oh, that was a genuine laugh, Cole.
I know.
in our lives, some suffer from mental illness, some don't, but they come in all shapes, sizes, ages, races, backgrounds. So remember, all of the levels, all humans fall into some category. So unsatisfied fools are personally
Man,
people I
Jerry's
never
just
fuck
like an
with. I
idiot
used to,
though,
I used
and
to
like
save
he's
them,
also like
harass them,
hella
give them
depressed, and
resources,
his
but they
whole
have
family
drained.
makes fun of
They
him for it.
drained their emotional vampires, all of the things that we've talked about a lot on this channel, but I'm giving them a name.
Level 1?
Unsatisfied
Okay.
fools. Level 2,
Unsatisfied fools.
satisfied fools.
The satisfied fool. Okay, let's read this, Cole. Most humans on planet Earth lives in their own bubble, believes their bubble is the best. Alright.
What?
Generally good people. Isn't like you know, I guess
That's
they
the
did say that's
NPCs.
most.
Those are the NPCs, okay? For
Yeah,
levels, this
I
is the
feel
NPC level.
like that's exactly what this is saying. This is
Saying like people are just like.
You know what? That's fine.
high-minded altogether.
Here, guys, look at chat.
Satisfied fool, congratulations, you're probably gonna live a pretty good life. The reason
I don't
say
know.
this is
I don't
because
think
most
that's
people
me.
are
I'm
level
pretty
twos.
depressed.
Level 2s are normal everyday people. They're people who, they go through life wanting to do the basic things that make people happy. Food, shelter, water, family. They're people who are atheistic or in religions. They're people who believe in science or people who don't. They're people who
How do you not believe science?
They're all kinds of people who live a life that is premised
I genuinely
on
don't understand that.
basics being met. And the reason I say this is because there are a lot of people who exist in the world as level
Oh, they're a
2s.
level 5.
They're
She's a level 5.
know the term woke, but as you examine the levels, I think it's pretty clear that even woke people aren't as woke as they think because there's a step above that.
Man,
Before we
so
go to
true.
3, 4, and 5,
Woke
we need to
people.
talk about the
Oh,
actual subcategories of level 2.
Biden's America.
Level 2 has subcategories, A, B, and C. So if you're functioning level 2,
What?
you fall into the C category. You're usually people who do pretty good in life, but can't
Who thinks
BuzzFeed
South Park makes him
Jubilee,
smart?
Seriously? That's so
But you're
specific.
usually good people,
Yeah, what the fuck?
sometimes bad people, but you don't mean that. You're just kind of going with
So
the
there are
script that was given to you. You're
subcategories
basically
of
living in the Truman Show, but your
two, or-
existence is based off of where you're born. So it's not necessarily the Truman Show. It
Yeah.
can just be your existence. And then you accept the reality you're given. Level 2s, but subcategory B are people who are a little bit more high functioning. They're people who
That's me! I'm high functioning!
basically and do pretty well.
flavor.
They're people who maintain jobs,
What?
family structures. They're people who are
Why is
maybe
Jenna
local
Marbles
politicians,
featured in
school
this?
teachers,
I don't
people
know.
with power, but not people of disgusting amounts of power. They're people who
Fuck
are
Nick
really,
Cannon.
really important to society. That they make the world go
Word.
round. They're people who are kind.
Nick Cannon on his way to have his 9th baby with his 9th
really
baby
help
mama.
society move forward in a very significant way. And I do not in any way mean this as a bad thing to be a level 2. I really need this to be clear because I know the human brain. It will
Do
want
you?
to be the next thing because evolutionarily speaking, we want to be.
I'm not sober enough for this video, dog.
But the thing
What
is
the fuck
is that a lot of people aren't fine in their station, and they need to be in their station to make the world go round. All levels are needed for the world to be what it is. And because I believe in free will, I don't believe in forcing people to be anything other than what they are naturally. Except, caveat, you would argue, you could argue, I would argue that level 1s are so useless that they're dismissed for my consideration when I'm considering the functionality of society. And if level 1s
Oh my
all
god,
die,
they are
the world would function
untouchables.
horribly because they tend to be the reason society gets
They're
most
Dalits.
fucked
That's
up,
awful.
but not completely the reason society
No.
is fucked up. Because if you're a level 2, but a subcategory
This video's funny.
you're a high-functioning level 2. You are a person who is your president, your politicians, your governors, your world leaders, people who want to control the masses. Power is great. Power is dangerous.
Is
Every
this
great
level 3?
philosopher, every great teacher,
I wasn't
every
listening.
person in the world has never sought power because power corrupts.
I think this is
Why
C.
else would anyone ever want to
No,
be
this would be
in
A.
such position?
Okay, gotcha.
Why would you ever want to be a world leader? What does it ever benefit you? And it's kind of amazing to
Give
me
me
that
lots of
people
pussy!
who experience sort of like a feeling of knowing
Mm-hmm.
are also the same people who spend their whole life on Twitter yelling into the void to a president who's definitely not paying attention. And that's the thing, is that for me is such a waste of an existence, but for these people is their existence. For some people, their whole existence is that bubble. And honestly, like, I don't
What
live
the
there.
fuck?
I moved out of that bubble as I grew, and I found no peace or joy in it. And I don't think you could argue
As
that
I
you're happy.
grow,
If you want peace, enjoy, like inner peace.
if you want
Every
peace,
great
Inner
philosopher who's
peace.
ever existed has said the same universal message.
Come on, Cole. Be
Come out of
open-minded.
the world, humble yourself, know the world, know
Christ.
yourself. And if you're living on Twitter, if you're living in politics, if you're living for power, if you're living for money, living for drinking, living for sex, you're living for the materialism of the world that only exists in
you're
this
living
time.
for the
These
materialism
things
of the
are
world.
only important now, but didn't even exist 200 years ago. Except they manifested themselves differently in different ways. Like world leaders have always existed, but our problems seem so important to us because we exist during this time. And again, I don't think people who are number 2s, whether they're A, B, or C, need to not be number 2s. Because the irony of it is that most people who get to level 4 wish they could be level 2s again. Because there's naivety, simplicity to being a level 2. It's an existence where the biggest issue
That's
in your
me
life
right now. I wish I was stupid as
or the
fuck,
biggest
Cole.
issue in your life is whether or not babies are being aborted or whether or not people are starving in the streets. And those are big issues, but they're not honestly the biggest issues. They just seem like it because in your bubble they are, which again, we need people to care about those things to keep the world moving. So it's not a criticism of being a level 2. And what level 2s will often do is they'll get upset and want to be a level 4 or 5. But in order to do those things, you have to leave your bubbles. So as an example, I actually shared this philosophy with a religious person. And they said, well, if you think you're so right, then tell me the answers. And I said, well, the truth cannot be taught. Otherwise, I would just make a
Wow.
YouTube video and everyone would
So
understand
deep
me, and here I am trying it. It's not gonna
introspective
work.
there, by the way.
But it needs to be discovered. Truth needs to be discovered. And I said, in order to find the truth, you have to leave your bubble.
You think she actually
But
talks
because
like
person is
this?
religious, they're not allowed to do anything
Yes,
against their
100%.
religion that would upset God. And therefore will
Hmm.
never leave their bubble
I don't
in order
know.
to find truth. Religion is a structure created to bring comfort, consistency, and community. These are the things humans need to live. They need structure, community, and consistency. And the science has showed you that religion actually offers you those things. Religious people live longer, they're happier overall. And usually religious people use this as a
Are they?
see, God is real. But all that tells me is religion works. From a scientific perspective, it allows you an opportunity to examine your life in a meaningful way. As I went on talking with these religious people, they were so excited to talk to me about this, and we had a lot of fun discussing it. But it also became increasingly clear that they would never understand what I was talking about because the way that you get into level 3 is you have a moment in your life. Some people call it wokeness, but I would argue that wokeness actually exists in the level 2s. Level 3s are a little bit of that. They're kind of like that moment in the Matrix where
What?
you get an
I
opportunity
don't know.
to think of the world as one way or another. That metaphor definitely exists, but
Uh-huh.
if you take it to a certain place, it just puts you back in level 2. So level 3 are people who examine the world and see the kind of Truman Show-esque part of existence. But to go to a level 4 is darkness. There's no of anything safe there. So they hesitate, often driving themselves into
Why is she showing?
the
Why is she showing
fuck?
footage of Parasite?
Yeah.
Level 3s that I knew did go insane because they couldn't handle having to make that choice.
Wow,
So they
I'm
did
going
both
insane right
too,
now, Cole.
but in sort of an
too.
unhealthy way, which is interesting, versus a peaceful way. And then you could be a level 3 that goes on to a level 4. That's all a
I
level
think
3
one
is.
day
It's
they
a,
just
it's a
sat
stage,
down.
It's a bridge level. There's nothing more to it.
Pause
You
it.
either have to choose level 2.
One day I feel like they just sat down and not what you look at the anyway.
What?
Her face. When you said it.
Hold on just a second. I've got something important to do.
I really think that one day they just sat down and thought of all this stuff and made it up in their head. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention to balloons.
Or level 4. Once you've made the decision to go to level 4, you can never again be a level 2.
Yeah.
Level 4s are people who examine the world, understand the hierarchies, understand exactly what it means to be a part of subgroup. It acknowledges that we're animals on a planet. It acknowledges that there is no God. It just acknowledges the most real reality of existence, but it has no inner joy. When I was level 4, I struggled. It was really hard.
What?
I did not like it. I know that level 4 was the hardest for me. Level
What?
4 was this moment, this opportunity.
What
in
is
my life
happening?
Where I
What am I
examined
looking
life in
at?
what I thought was the realest way to examine it. I popped
Wish I
reality
could tell
bubbles.
you.
I really researched and decided to go outside of my comfort zone, and I found that I could recreate that feeling of God in church. You know that feeling you get when you're a kid and you're in church and the Holy Spirit feels like it's inside you and it makes you cry and you're like, holy shit, God is real. I can recreate that through drugs, sex, social interactions, and honestly just sitting in my room in this chair. I can recreate it. And when you start to examine your life in that kind of a capacity,
Sorry.
you need to come to a place
She
where
is
you feel
all-powerful.
peaceful about it, because otherwise you end up in this place where you figure like, what's the fucking point, dude? There's no joy. All I know is the answers with none of the joy. Level 4 is hard. And keep in mind, I know a lot of level 3s who decided to be level 2 and they know it and they love it. They're like, I could have been a 4, but fuck it, I'm gonna be a 2, because they're happiest. And the way they said it was, I was gonna be a level 4, but then I can't complain about petty shit, so I'm gonna be a level 2 so I can still complain about petty shit. And that was a really wise decision. That was them being cognizant that they still
I feel like she doesn't actually have these conversations with people.
fuck?
Whoever she's having these conversations with, they're fucking lying. They don't care. I'm lying. People probably care. I just don't.
Annoying and frustrating,
Why?
and you kind of start to almost resent your own existence. So you want to make the conscientious choice to end your life. Funny enough, level 2s can commit suicide, meaning killing themselves out of despair. Level 4s cannot. Level 4s will never again feel despair in the way that level 2s do, and they commit suicide, which is not of their own control. Level 4s, though, can commit chosen death, which is a conscious
Chosen
choice
death.
to
I'm gonna
kill
go
yourself
commit
and your
chosen
existence
death,
and
guys.
Me
acknowledge
too.
that this is the world. And you can or cannot make that decision. I was going to make that decision. I discussed it with friends of mine, and I had said, look, I think like I've made a pretty good argument for making this decision. And then my friend, who's a level 5, said to me, I see myself in you. You're about a decade behind from me, maybe less. And I looked at him and I said, you seem pretty happy and joyful every day, even though you know all of this. Okay, I'll stick around. And I did, and I'm happy I did, because I became a level 5. And again,
That's such a
They
weird
were
way to
gonna
want to
kill
talk about, like,
themselves
yeah.
because
That's such a
you'll
weird
never
way to
know.
talk about that.
What was the
A level 5
reasoning?
is alienating,
I don't know.
but not lonely in the way a level 2 feels loneliness. A level 5 is comfortable with being alone because they know they can't go back, so they make peace with everything around them. The reason I can be happy every day in the way that I am is because all of this makes sense to me. 2020,
I love she shows
freaking out over
clips
COVID,
from
all of these things are
clearly
predictable and make
very,
sense.
very like
Because human beings
spiritual
are predictable. History cannot repeat
grounded
itself. It's not a
and
living thing.
based
Humans repeat
And
TV
based.
animated series. You know what I mean?
But how many people
Christ.
want to
And
examine them
based.
and conscientiously choose them? Very
Or
limited.
based off of
I think
like
that's fine.
spiritual.
Super
I think it
Although
is
based.
also
fine
based.
that at the end of the day, I shouldn't even be making this video.
True.
Somebody else in it will matter.
You were right
Yeah,
there,
I wish
buddy.
you hadn't.
So I get dismissed as like a crazy person, and that's comforting to me.
That's all I gotta say.
Listen,
about
you want to
that.
watch a video about people giving you the answers? Watch The Social Dilemma. Acknowledge that the people who created the devices that you're all obsessed with, I don't know where my fucking phone is, okay? They created a thing to literally make you think
'Cause
you
I'm
know
not
what you're
attached
doing,
to it.
and you're
Ah,
making
fuck!
innocent
Okay.
choices, but you're not. And the answers can start there. You want to know how I got here? Start there. And that's a new documentary.
I'm
And
pretty
then
sure.
go and read the classics.
Pretty sure she first said drugs. She said drugs and sex. That was what she said the first time. That's how she got here. I'm gonna do lots of Johnson sex.
No, that she can do those to recreate the feeling of.
Oh, that's right. But you know, she had to do that to get here, though. It's still part of her process. I just dumped out some of the water. Cringe. High functioning, bro. She gotta not call it that. I have no idea. She gotta not call it fucking high functioning, though. Jesus Christ.
Totally disregards human biology and evolution by disregarding the idea that we're hurting animals or need other humans. So Rand is a high functioning too, and a philosopher you should definitely read so you can dismiss her points with knowledge. I remember I met a Randian not too long ago, and I thought, man, this guy must know some shit.
With
And then I
knowledge.
read it, and I
With
was like, this guy knows
knowledge.
nothing. And it was so annoying, but at the time, I was a high functioning too, and I thought, this is the guy. Then I hit level 3, then I hit 4.
I'm high functioning too, if you know what I mean.
And I think we can all agree, if you've been watching me long enough, you see a change in me. This is the change in me. But guys, I am
Come on,
great,
Cole,
and
laugh.
I
Fuck
see a
you.
Difference from when you
But
were
it
a
was the hardest
2.
thing I ever did. It was over 16 years in the making, and it absolutely is not for everyone. And if you try to be a level 5 without true patience, you will go insane. I have seen it happen. I have literally seen it happen, and I don't want this for you. Actually, I had an ethical discussion with the level 5 in my life, and I said, hey, is it unethical for me to share this with the world? Because if I do it and more people go insane, as we've seen, then am I putting negative
Fine
energy
insane.
I truly don't believe anybody's gone insane because of this. I'm sorry.
I don't think so either.
I just don't believe
that they're
you.
presented with. And
I
did.
simply do
And
not.
it gave me an experience I would never take back. But it was also one that I only just barely survived. And remember,
She
level
sounds
5s are
what
efficient.
I sound
Level
like
5s
when
are not
I'm
petty, though they experience
talking
real
about
human
some
emotions, so we
Making
warn
fun of
you.
women.
shit
We can choose to be petty. We can
and
choose
trying to make
fake
it
live
sound
as
like
level
I
2s.
actually
And we
believe
can
in it.
choose
Right.
to get involved and get angry over things that don't.
I think
matter.
she
Even if
genuinely
when we get
believes
home,
this
stare
shit,
at the
though.
ceiling, we're like, "Ah, fuck it, that was a day."
Yeah,
It's like going to
unfortunately.
work sometimes. Being a level 5 is like being a level 2 is like going to work. I'm gonna be a level 2 today and I'm gonna let the world think I'm mad about this thing. And at the same time,
What?
I am kind of hoping that this lands in the ears of the people that I'm trying to contact, because that's my
I'd
background.
love for
I'm
this
trying to find my people.
person to have a
Because being a level
conversation
5
with
is
my
fun, but it'd be better if I had
ethics
more level 5s
professor.
to talk to.
True.
And this is the only way I know how to do it. And if you think you're a level 5, you know how to get in contact with me. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you next video. So because
Oh my
that was
god,
so
get in
weird,
contact with them.
You should. Tell
No.
tell her to get on my.
When was this uploaded?
2020.
Oh.
Tell her to come on my stream. We're not gonna watch her chat with Destiny. He's banned. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, there's a 2-hour video. Let's watch a little of this.
Hey guys, today is our
We're not gonna
fifth
watch
episode
the
of
whole thing, but
podcast,
we'll
and
watch a
we have
little.
Another guest, so I'm very excited. A friend of mine, Kyoti, has come to.
Okay, I
hang out
was
with us
waiting
and
for her to
discuss
say
the levels,
Destiny, and I
which
was
is
gonna click off the
sort of
video.
an observational philosophy. I don't ever know how to describe it really. That I created with a co-author who would like to remain anonymous.
Trying
If
to
you guys
not
would
get
like,
banned here,
if you haven't already
boys.
watched the video on the levels, please check that out. I think this podcast would be a little confusing if you didn't have that as your basis. Now, many of you guys have requested over time that I discuss the levels. I tried doing individual videos. I tried, many different ways to communicate what they were, and I just was having a really hard time. So
That's
my friend
because it
Esther
doesn't make
kind of
sense.
had a conversation with me based off of the question you guys left for Patreon. If you guys want,
You know what?
already
She would say I was a
patrons, raise
level
the
2
dollar
right
level,
now.
and you'll have access to this
Yeah,
kind of
because you're complaining.
collaborations, if you will. Okay, so welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So you have all the questions, you've observed the questions. I haven't read all the questions you guys left on Patreon. I kind of wanted it to be more on the spot. In that way I could sort of think about my answers with you in real time. I think problem solving together is a lot better than me trying to make videos with lots of cuts. So how do you I guess want to start this? Do you just want to dive right into some of the queries people had and we'll go from there? Do you think the audience needs a better
Some of the queries.
I guess understanding of the levels before we jump in?
If you want to give them a quick breakdown of what 1 through 5 are, that would probably help everyone.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so these levels were co-authored by somebody else in my life, and the idea of it...
So what I
All right.
did is I went through all the questions that people asked, and I grouped them in various subjects. Perhaps not perfectly, but it will give me a guide.
That was important,
to go
what I
through all
just
these
did.
questions and hopefully not be too redundant.
Thank you.
One of the first aspects of questioning that people had was around how your level.
I don't like this
other
guy, so I'm
elements.
not gonna watch this video. Let's find something
You
else to
can't handle
react
his
to.
voice.
I can't stand him. Let's
Level
find something else
5.
political to
Let's
react
watch the
to.
7 levels of Vi.
No. Oh, I'm losing. In blooms.
Bam. Pain.
I forgot what game mode I was playing. I needed to pay attention. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation. No breathing.
No breathing.
Don't give a fuck if I got my heart bleeding. Suffocation. No breathing.
No breathing.
You know what's a good song? Bodies. Sup? Hey, you know what? I'm doing great. We're trying to find something to react Andy to.
Ooh, what was that? Above Sal Volcano. Above. How a pro gamer successfully failed his death.
Oh, we could react to a Mudahar video. Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar.
That's how I feel about that.
Hey, man. I love Mudahar. Some ordinary gamers could be my dad, and I wouldn't be sad. Man, trying to find something political to react to that's not. It's Destiny. He's banned on Twitch. I can't watch it. Oh,
You
Brittany.
don't get banned.
Hold on, Brittany Simon chatted with this guy. I want to see. I need to see your thoughts on this guy.
Mr. Girl?
Yeah. You're gonna hate this a lot. He is an awful person. That's all I'll let you know.
Can you fast forward it, bro?
Sorry.
What
Well,
I like that top though.
Oh my god, fuck me.
That I'm a shark. Okay, but is he like a...
Oh, and I barely understand.
Is this the dude who just came out with
Would I
that?
ever consider doing an interview with Louis Theroux? I don't know.
what?
Everyone wants everyone to talk to Louis.
Why?
Because he's interesting and he likes people and he's good at his job.
What is a woman?
And, you know, he's charismatic and fun. Why not?
What is... Who
That
is...
documentary?
He is a
people have asked me to talk
journalist.
to him before.
He's a
Which one?
documentarian and a journalist. And
Him.
he talks to people for a living and he's
Who did What is a Woman?
Okay, but is he like a race realist or something? I'm thinking of Stefan Molyneux.
Molyneux or whatever. No, he's not like
Molyneux?
that.
That's
He's like a
Matt
professional.
Walsh. I was like, I don't think so.
They look the same.
No.
Yeah.
I don't wanna be no man anymore.
I only take you YouTube bubble seriously, which is fair, I feel like. But also mainstream people I only take so Like if they came here, they'd be nobody.
Uh huh.
I can tell me on my own street.
Yes.
Why?
Well.
Why?
Why?
Question.
Why?
Why?
It was such a funny way of
Wait,
saying it.
how come? Okay, there we go. No, he's
What?
a famous BBC interviewer. Well, then I would love
What
to talk
is
to him.
she doing?
People keep trying to get me to do like a race realism thing.
Why?
Why?
I think because they think that I unflinchingly will talk about like gender in a certain way, and what else? Black Lives Matter. That I'm gonna then, you know,
What is
be a
she
race realist.
doing?
which
Okay.
is which I'm not. So I think they're gonna be disappointed, or they want to watch. I think race realists believe that everybody else is lying about race, and if
You
I
need to be paying more attention
either
to
want me
him, by the
to
way.
agree with them or prove that I'm
What?
a charlatan.
You really
that,
need to pay
there's
a lot of
they wanna
attention to him,
see
by
that
the way.
There's a place I won't go, that I'm too scared to
him.
tell the
Yeah,
truth
him.
about race,
Okay.
which is that white people are the best.
Is there a truth with
Or are
He's
Asians.
joking. He's joking.
Is there a truth I'm supposed to know about?
That's a joke.
Like, is there a truth
Yeah,
you
they
Then-
have
know
they
that
have
other people
But
don't
he's
know?
not a good person.
He's not a good person. That one was a joke, though. I'll give him that. That was probably a joke.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe
You
in
know.
IQ, but I'm an idiot, so that's probably why.
True. I believe you
Yeah,
there.
I mean, give everybody a test, and then whatever white people score the highest on, we say is the most important thing.
I love that. I love white
Yeah.
people.
I don't know if that's
Okay.
fair.
Jesus
I don't know, should my
Christ.
screen, guys, hold on. I'm being like
My
really, I'm trying to
God.
be like Mr. Girl right now. I'm trying to actually like, I usually just have my guests be like really small in the corner, but I feel like with you and me, we could probably get side by side a little bit. I don't know. I'm a tech boomer, so everyone knows my streams are not high production. So I'm gonna say that sounds
Louis-
good.
Louis
Also-
interviewed Nick Fuentes recently. and exposed
Really?
No, Nick Fuentes.
the
Ooh.
chat saying,
Why?
You know who Nick
to expose
Fuentes
him.
is?
Oh. Nick kind of seems like a troll to
Do you
me.
know who
He's
Nick
kinda hard,
Fuentes
like, I
is?
could beat him up.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like
Oh,
I could
he's
beat
like
him
an
up.
actual white supremacist.
I think Nick Fuentes is a
Like a
Nazi.
for
I don't
realsy,
think he's
yeah.
harmless at all.
He's
Like a
right
real
there.
Nazi?
I think he's the real deal.
How basic. Okay, interesting. Well, no judgment. Have fun.
No judgment about
Did you
what? Me
say-
thinking that?
No, him living his best life.
No judgment about him being a Nazi?
I don't know. I don't really know if I believe in Nazis. Like, I think people think they're
What?
Nazis.
What?
I think
You
she's
think
kind of
they're
right
all
about
about
that, if we're being
Of
honest.
course, but I think those might be
What?
real Nazis
It's
rather than
like
what we have today, which
the
are kind of
the
people who like
Nazis
the
that we
Nazis.
have, like Nazis that exist today, are like really not
Not
Nazis.
a real, like, I
Yeah, I
understand
get
Like
that.
they're
right,
white
but it's
supremacists, but they're really not Nazis.
It's not like
They may
Yeah.
they may think they are, but they are not.
But she did. I don't think that's how she.
No,
meant
that's
it.
what she was saying.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna good faith her here. That's what she was
I
saying.
don't think so.
Nah, you're wrong.
I don't think there's anything fundamentally different about the Nazis that
Right.
made them, able to do what they did.
no, I mean humans are gonna human, and I feel like it's a pretty
Amen.
sort of were post
And I
Holocaust.
don't wanna be a no man anymore. Better you
Yeah.
do this, I don't mind.
So it
I'm
just
not
feels
saying
like
Nick's not human.
yeah,
just
yeah,
think
no, I
he's
think we're
he's
agreeing.
a Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, we're agreeing about.
He also
that,
disagrees
but-
just to disagree. That's all
Yeah,
he
I
does.
think it's a meme, my, Discord has,
Why?
like,
You could
created a meme,
repeat
which is, I
like
said
verbatim
publicly,
exactly
oh,
the
it's
same
funny,
thing
and
he
everyone
said
else,
to
like,
you,
uses the bullshit
and he
fucking
would be
nerd
like, "Well,
meme,
no."
but I don't know, I kinda
Disagree.
find it
Gaslight
funny.
you?
It's like,
He's just a
phenomenal.
fucking awful
Like,
person. I'm
you're
telling
watching
you.
TV and you're watching people. Phenomenal.
I've seen so much of him. It's always awful.
Interesting. Do you feel like
I feel deeply invested in my fellow man, and I
Yeah,
want
you think so, buddy?
I want to stop, fascism.
that's a big goal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's achievable. It's more like I want to be on the side, against fascism.
Sure. Doesn't
Mhm.
everyone?
I know that it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
Well,
everyone
no,
kind
I
of
mean,
think they
you're
are against fascism?
Nah.
Not the fascist.
Yeah. What?
Fascism is
I don't think that's what she meant.
I think a lot lot of people feel like that. They just want to win, so they don't really care what the result is.
I
True.
think if you ask Nick Fuentes honestly if he's against fascism, I think he would either. I mean, I
Also
doubt
true. He would 100% say he
his will on others. I think that's what he wants to do.
he
I think everyone
yeah.
does, though.
Explicitly.
I haven't met many
Yeah, but
people who don't.
Kitty.
True.
Well, usually when
So
I hear that, it's on
cute.
a spectrum of I have an opinion, you should
Oh.
consider it, to I will create or vote for
Oh.
politicians that will limit your rights because I think it's better for you. It's all the kind of the same.
Fur baby.
You think voting is the same as marching people into a death camp at gunpoint?
I need to turn it up. He's really quiet.
No, but it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same.
Hey,
When I
stuff
feel
spam in the chat.
People want to create legislation. Stop
I'm
LGBT
doing
people
great.
from
You know, we're
rights.
doing great
It's
still.
coming from the same place as the people who marched in Nazi. It started at the same place. You thinking
Well,
you have
sure.
the right to limit people and dictate what their happiness and joy is. So it's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
To me.
That to me isn't fascism. I guess I'm talking about fascism strictly as like a form of authority
Quit spamming the
and
chat.
how power is expressed and wielded.
YouTube chat?
So
Yeah.
the feel somebody I'm not saying he's a Nazi like how he feels about Jews or black people. I'm saying he's a Nazi in the sense of he
Yeah, but
if he could push a button to be like the dictator, he would.
like
Oh, okay, interesting. Cool.
fascist.
That's Nick
Like
Fuentes. Or are we talking about Nick right now?
in specific.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't know much about
It
him. I've
was
only
so
seen him in
much
debates
more
with
than
Destiny,
that.
so
I
it's not exactly impressive light, if that makes sense. But I believe you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
are
that's
you
just
today,
my
by the way?
impression. I'm okay.
Just
I'm
okay?
okay.
Like, why the fuck did you just
Just
ask me
okay.
that?
Yeah.
What does that mean in Mac's world?
It means I don't like the question. How are you?
Okay.
I usually dodge it.
But it's too late. You didn't dodge it. You already told me you're okay.
That is a dodge.
Hmm.
Because it doesn't mean anything.
No, pretty
Okay.
good as a dog.
Fuck.
Well,
What
I
the fuck
actually
is
emailed you
this?
to ask you onto my show, but I'm on your show at the same time. So how do you?
Is this? Are you not entertained by
Oh,
this?
However you want. If you want me to
Oh,
be
I
on your
am.
show.
I just.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
think we're
saying.
both on each
I-
other's
I-
show.
No, you cannot join.
If you want
the-
to call this a show.
Sorry.
I don't know what it is. We didn't even do
It's a show.
introductions. It's hardly a show.
You know, well, I think
Who did
both
they just
audiences
ask?
know
I
who the
said,
other
can I
person is
join?
at this
Because
point.
I'm fan.
Hopefully, if not, this is Mr. Girl. This is Max, and I'm a Brittany.
This is Brittany Simon.
Hi.
Yeah. So, well, I messaged you yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and
You
I was
did.
like, hey, you were like talking a lot of shit about me a few months ago,
True.
saying that I'm boring or that I'm not introspective or
She
that
did
I think
do
my
that.
inner monologue is objective. All these things you were saying about me. I think mostly in January, maybe a little trickle into February, and I figured like most people don't like me the first time they watch my content or any conversation I'm in. So I figured that might have changed. So I wanted to ask you beforehand, so I don't come in guns blazing, if that has changed. And you said yes, but it seemed like we were gonna wait until we were talking to
Discuss it more.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to get a sense of where we're starting out at.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. Why would you have come in guns blazing, even if I did think those things very strongly the same?
Because they're not true, and it pisses me off when people think those things.
Okay. So you don't think your belief systems are objective? You think they're subjective?
Yes,
Okay. Cool. So you don't think like.
highly.
Okay, so when you push your ideas forward, you're pushing them with the understanding that they're subjective.
Yeah, I try to couch my beliefs in like, this is what I like. This is what works. No, it doesn't even work for me. It's just what I do. Like, this is how I think of myself, and the way I think is like my preference above, whatever else. If I'm disagreeing with something, it's more like a lens. I think I try to present my views as a lens you could look through. If it's helpful to you to look through it, fine. I'm not trying to get you to glue it to your face, though. Which I think that when you do that, then it gets into more objective.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch my videos on the levels?
Yeah.
Do you think that I'm a black and white thinker that thinks she is the objective truth for people?
I mean, yeah. to some degree.
Yeah, he goes, yeah.
I know that you have some. I mean, you ended the video with like, "I'm just an idiot," so I know that you don't like fully feel that way, but you are presenting a pretty rigid value system of like good versus bad. You also said they're not a judgment, but they kind of are.
Gay judgment. We gay judge here.
Yeah.
So my
So I
assessment
think
of you.
you're-
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I do think your value system is a bit rigid. You do like a take it or leave it thing. But it does come across
Interesting.
like you just think you're right. And obviously you've constructed a
Jacob,
level
I'll
system.
be right back.
Level
Okay,
1, 2.
we'll pause the video for you.
Oh, okay. That might be a little while.
Wait, where are you going?
Well, Kyle wants to show me some of his Pokemon cards he
Oh
got.
my god. Okay, we'll just watch without you
3,
then.
4, 5 with yourself as a 5. So there's that. And I think that it's for anybody who's not familiar, your level system is basically levels of introspection.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 are useless people who are a burden and drain on society and the world around them, and in your words, so useless they can't even kill themselves.
I know.
Which is, you know,
Poetic, right? It's one of the cleverest things I've ever said.
yeah, that I find that pretty disturbing. So I'm probably gonna
Sure.
argue with you about that. 2, it sounds like, are like normal people who are kind of stupid, but they're happy, and we need 2s to like be like garbage people or
No,
whatever.
2s can be very
And then-
smart too, obviously. Like they.
Yeah, they're smart, but they're choosing to live in the moment and not understand their place in society and have little cosmic understanding or historical understanding or philosophical understanding of
and
what's
there's
going
nothing
on around
wrong
them.
with that.
That's not true, but so you say that, but clearly it's like 2. It's not, 2 is less than 5.
Okay, but
Given the levels, given the levels numbers,
listen.
I think,
The only reason they're numbers is literally because my co-author is like, let's name them really cool names. I was like, I will forget them. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm an idiot.
that's fine. But in making that decision, you clearly are putting 2 below 5, literally. 3s are above 2s, but they're not quite 4s. So 3s are stuck in limbo. They're uncomfortable. They're on the edge, and it's a very dangerous place to be a 3 because you might go insane and kill yourself. There's like allusions to suicide at every level.
Did you take
So-
Max? This is the best. Like I love your. Did you really watch the video? I am in love with this. This
Yeah.
is so nice.
I watched your video. And then a 4 is basically almost a 5, but a 4 has ascended, and understands their place, but they're still kind of like
Yeah.
on some kind of fence. But I think a 4 can be like fulfilled.
I'm working with some 4s right now to see what will happen. All of them end up asking me how to be a 5, which is funny to me because I can't. It's not like I can write a book, so it's always like a personal journey. But we're waiting to see
Yeah.
if anyone can stay a content 4, the way they can a content 2. A 2 is much easier to be than a 4. A 2 is very easy,
Okay.
like in comparison.
And then a 5 accepts death, accepts history, accepts the universe. A 5 knows the truth which cannot be told in a video or a book,
But the truth.
but can only be
yeah.
told in a number of paid sessions with Brittany Simon.
Not even.
And
You
that-
could even. You could even watch the YouTube videos and get there. You don't have to pay for the sessions. But that's the thing, right? Is like you don't have to pay for the sessions. But yeah, that's a really wow.
The
I'm so in
idea
love
of there
with this
being
moment.
sessions is
This
so
is
funny to
that
me.
was a great summary.
Really is.
That was great.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, that was.
Just want to make sure.
awesome.
we're on the
I've
same
got to
page.
get me one
Yeah.
of these
Okay.
sessions.
And let me tell you, since we're like, I'll gush about your work for a second. Now that you just gushed about mine, but I'm gonna, as a narcissist, take that as you
Oh, was
gushing
I
about my
was I
work.
gushing?
You were gushing
Okay.
about my work because you actually paid attention to it. So I'm gonna
I
take
did.
that. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Okay. So with your work,
Because a narcissist just likes attention, whether it's positive or negative. That's what you're saying.
I mean, we are YouTubers, are we not narcissists?
No, we are. I'm just clarifying. That's why you said
Yes.
that. Like the way Trump just likes. he just wants you to write a news article about him. It doesn't matter what's in it.
Yeah.
True.
Basically, I will say I do prefer people who seem to be critical of my work, and you're already like giving me that energy of like he might tear me apart, which you know is a kink of mine. Like tear me apart, please. Like I'll get excited.
Yeah.
You know. So when I saw your work in January, I was really annoyed with it because people were like, "Brittany, here's the next thing for you. You're gonna love talking to him," and I was like, I don't. Okay. And then I watched it, and I didn't, as you saw, quite feel connected to your work. And then I saw the video you did called, I think it's called Chasing Women. And it really changed how I saw you. And so I went, oh, and my brain went ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh, I know where to put Max. So I do like categorizing people. And I think I miscategorized you the first time I saw you. I know I don't know yet because I haven't talked to you, but I want to bet that I did. And therefore, I get the exciting moment of like, ooh, maybe I did it wrong, which means I can do it right this time. And that's my happiness. That's my happy place.
Because you thought I was a 2, but actually I'm a 6.
Ooh, so something like that. Sure,
So
something
true.
like that. Something changed, and there's something that means that there's more interesting things here for me. And I'm being a little selfish. I hope this is a symbiotic relationship where we both get something out of this, for sure.
Sure.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, so a lot of people are predicting that I'm going to yell at you or make you cry, but you did disclose to me that me yelling at you would be arousing to you.
Oh, 100%. I even wore underwear for this. I was going commando all day, but now I'm in underwear. So.
Got to protect your seating.
Yeah, I'm in yellow pants, and so
okay.
I don't want them to soak through and then be rude for the internet to see.
Understood.
Yeah, I try to be considerate.
Right. So, well, I don't know if that's true. But so that complicates any. I mean, if I lose either way now, because like if I fight back and I get angry, then you win. If I tear you apart, you win. If I win, you win. If I lose, you win. If I'm nice and compliment you, you win. Yeah.
Isn't that good though? Is somebody supposed to lose right now? I hope you win at the end of this too.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
What
So
the
the way
fuck
it's set
am I
up, you're
watching?
gonna win.
Why am I watching
And
this?
maybe I'll win too.
This
I
is what
guess
I'm
that's
doing with my
how you
evening.
have it.
Yeah. Well, do you think that 5s always win?
I don't believe in your level system, Brittany.
You do a little.
I don't think so.
Just a little.
I can't believe I'm siding with Mr. Girl here.
I don't think so. I don't think of I think of people that way.
You don't think people are differently introspective? Or introspectively different?
I think some people are more introspective about certain things at certain times and in certain ways. But
I don't know.
think
I
there's
feel
so much
like
variance.
just like people being differently introspective is not a reason enough to believe in a tier system for levels.
I mean, like Steven.
Yeah, okay. Only people this level
occasionally
introspective.
extremely
Yeah,
introspective.
some people just don't care. that
Occasionally not
much.
introspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like a carpet cleaner before streaming was invented.
Mm-hmm.
If streaming had never been invented and it had never been a way for him to he basically invented streaming, but if the technology hadn't been there for him to merge the idea of talking about ideas and playing video games at the same time, he might have just been a carpet cleaner who played video games and had like some interesting conversations with his friends. But in your assessment of him, like from afar, you might just say, well, he cleans carpets, he's a 2, and he's happy doing that.
5s can clean carpets. So I understand what you're
Sure,
saying.
but-
Like his life could have gone in a specific direction. Maybe. I think certain
just-
people
I'm
are
just saying-
destined for certain things, but not really, because I
Yeah,
don't really,
But other than other times I'm talking to him and I'm like, I'll say like, oh, so I think you must feel XYZ about something that you obviously feel like. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're feeling, Steven. And he's like, no, that's completely wrong. And I'm like, I can't. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And so in some ways, he's not introspective. In some ways, he's extremely introspective, and I think he thinks the same thing about me.
I don't know why. I again
you
repeat.
think the
I
same
don't know
thing
why
about
I'm
me.
watching
I just think we're like if
Could
we
not
accept your level
fucking
system.
tell you.
I think at sometimes I'm a
I don't remember
1,
how
and
I got
sometimes
here.
I'm a 5. And
I don't remember
it
why
just
I'm
depends.
staying here.
So I guess I just think it's too
I think we're
simplifying.
just going to,
say
though.
that
I think that's just a decision
someone
we've
can
made.
Have that label all the time. I just think it's a moving target.
Ooh, I've heard this often where people go, "Can I go from one to the other?" I think in ways, in a, like a metaphysical
We just out here to
way,
live,
but not
laugh,
like
love,
in a literal
boys.
way. Because
That's
once you know
all we're
something,
here
you cannot
for.
know it unless you have like brain damage. But I can't not know things once I know it. You know what I mean? I
I
know.
don't think
I'm
that's true.
a-
I have met many people who
We're here to live, laugh, love,
seemed to know
kiddos.
something at one point, and then
That's all we're here
just
for.
disappeared.
For sure. But did they know it?
Are you
or
looking
did
at
they
your
think
chat?
they knew it? No, it's currently minimized. Should I? That's I think how you prefer it, correct? Or should I bring it up?
It's up to you. No,
Um,
no.
I can't.
I'm gonna
pick-
hide mine. I just noticed that they're asking who you are again, so I just want to say one more time. This is Brittany Simon, and when we're talking about these number levels, we're talking about her belief system called the levels that she invented along with an anonymous person. And they're basically levels of introspectiveness and acceptance of kind of reality and your place in it. A widening of perspective.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I agree that you can watch people like I say, oh, I'm in a 2 moment right now, everybody. I'm having like a 2 moment. So here's my 2 moment opinion, and then go. Here's my like 5 moment opinion. So I kind of play that game, but realistically, even when I'm in my feelings, there's always a logical end that I default to, which is like my 5 brain to say, Brittany, you've already done this work. You've already gone through these crises. You've already met these people in these bubbles. That everyone fits exactly where you've categorized them, even when you want to argue that they are what they are and you can't make them anything different. So I do it as a comforting thing to myself, which is like categorizing how I've experienced why people make decisions. Like it always confuses me sometimes when people I admire do certain things. I'm like, what'd you do that for? And they're like, oh, because of this. And I'm like, oh, we're all just people, huh? We had this discussion in my Discord yesterday where I think everyone's kind of basic. And someone's like, Queen, you're not basic. I was like, I'm basic, bitch. Come on. Like when the internet's not happening, I go home to a pretty basic life. And it's pretty good. It's pretty peak, right? So like the levels isn't meant to judge people truly. It's meant to just say, hey, if you find yourself questioning and wondering, is there more than just like this SJW bubble or this YouTube bubble? Like, yeah, bro, there's a whole world out there. And you don't have to assume that we found the answers in these bubbles because the answers are limited. How many times are we going to have the same conversations? I said it today on my stream this morning. We're still debating what's a man and what's a woman. At what point are humans going to accept that we've discovered things? Or are we just going to always continually going through these cycles of questioning, like, what is? And if that's the case, then
I don't know,
it makes
man.
sense. We are giving birth to new
She
babies
just,
every day. New babies
to
are
me,
born
genuinely
Jews.
comes
Jews have to go
across
on
as a
their journey of
person that, like,
introspection and fall in
I think
love
she's,
and then,
like,
you know,
way
go to
smarter
jail
than
or
she
be a
is.
politician.
Wait,
Sorry.
What do you think a woman is?
Simply is just it.
I'm a woman. Chromosomes are a woman. That's good enough for me. I'm pretty simple. Secondary sex characteristics. Yeah, like I'm pretty content with the way we fundamentally categorize men and women. I think it's pretty reasonable, even on sight alone. We're obviously like different. Just looking at us, it's kind of fun to look at us actually side by side.
Okay, so do you think trans women are women?
In one way, yes.
Well, you just said XX.
Well, I think they're women, right? In the way that
Well, they don't have women chromosomes, and they don't have
right,
female
so they're
sex
not cis,
characteristics.
right? They're not cis women. So they're people who identify as women, and that's good enough for me too. I'm pretty
Okay,
easy.
so they're not women, but they think they are.
Yeah.
Or they say they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's good enough for me.
What does that mean?
I think people hear me say that and they go, oh, so Brittany doesn't believe in trans people. It's not really like that, though. I meet a lot of really cool trans people. They're obviously like men and
Well,
women.
you believe in trans people, but you don't believe what they're saying.
I believe them.
You don't agree with what.
It's not even that, really, because I feel like, not to be so woo-woo, but I meet trans people all the time, and I'm like, I get it. I get how you're not cis, but I also get how you're cis and not cis. Like, I get how they're men and women, but also don't live as men and women, if that makes sense. Like, I understand from an energy, like a feeling perspective of like, yeah, like you can't be anything but this, even though you're not, but you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your level system is also a business.
Yes.
That should be acknowledged.
Yeah. It became a business after a while. I went to a priest and I said, hey, I'm doing these calls with people, but it's not formulated and I don't know what to do. And he's like, well, don't you have like this whole level system? I was like, yeah. And he's like, so be a professional conversationalist. Use the levels to talk to people. It brings people in and you should just talk to people. And Socrates' day, he said that people would just talk to people for a living. I was like, great. So I branded myself a professional conversationalist and listener. It made people feel safer with me because they knew what I was aiming for. And so sometimes
Safer than what?
then I don't
Okay.
want to be a scammer, so I don't want to like take
What do you
people's
mean?
money.
What do you mean?
just to
Why
take
you
it.
streaming?
And then I'm
Why
not
am I
just, like, some
streaming? Because I
woman
want
on the
to,
side of the road who's
man.
like, the earth is flat. You know, I have a reason to believe the things that I do or / help people, but I think I'm meant to only
Yeah.
impact a niche community of humans. Mostly people who are probably more similarly brained to myself, generally speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do calls, but all the calls are out. Some of the calls don't even involve the levels. Some people just call me to play like video games or watch anime and get high with them. So we just do whatever. It's whatever the person wants. They get to decide how the calls go.
There's also a sexual element to something.
My OnlyFans, you mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have only. If that's what you mean, I think that
Your
makes
whole
sense.
presentation. I mean, you've been pretty aggressively sexual in this conversation, and then OnlyFans.
Yeah, well, I'm.
I assume
Go ahead.
I assume some of the motivation for the private calls is coming from a sexual place.
No, the private calls.
So-
No. You'll get banned if you get sexual. You'll get banned.
Well, even if you get sexual, that doesn't mean that it's not part of the motivation.
From whose perspective? The clients, you mean? The customers? Or the patrons?
I don't know. Either one.
Well, okay, so I separate my energies. So I tell them if you come to Patreon.
Okay. Yeah, I know. But you could be a porn star. You could be a porn star and be like, I have totally non-sexual service where like you
But
can
it
get
is.
triggered.
It's
yeah,
so
yes,
funny.
so you can look at it like that, but I've been in sex positive circles my whole life. I'm a queer woman. Like I protested naked. I've run around naked around like the streets of Seattle as like a form of like pro nudity. So people who
Where do
often
you live?
I don't share where I live.
What do
America.
you share about where you?
I live in
That's it?
America.
You don't even
I live
don't
Texas or west is what I tell people because I ain't doing the cold. Except
Okay.
yeah. But like the insinuation, I understand. So certain bubbles will see me different ways. But people who come to me through the one-on-one calls, like you're coming for something other than sexual gratification. And even OnlyFans, like I don't create content for people to masturbate to. If they do, that's great. I don't care. But I create content that I think is pretty and that I like. And I've noticed that my work is not what you would call traditional sex work. It's much more, I think, like I call it queer in nature. So it might not be what people are looking for. Like I'll just like fold my laundry naked, or sometimes I'll dance. Sometimes I'll masturbate. Sometimes I won't. Like sometimes I'll just talk to people like camera angles. I like being naked, and I think being naked is awesome. And so I kind of have that energy
That
there.
sounds like. Okay. You're a fucking liar. No, I'm just kidding. That sounds like sex work.
It is sex work. I think so. I think
Okay.
you can
So you-
categorize it
so
as
you
sex
think-
work.
Yeah. So that's sex work.
I just hear complaints
And
sometimes where people will come to me and they're like, "You don't make good sex work because I couldn't masturbate to this." I'm like, "Sorry, but like I don't make it for people in mind that way. I don't even make YouTube with people in mind that way. I just make it because I like it. So if I want to,
Everything I make is designed to be masturbated to.
I believe that. The way you
I
sit
don't
on
know,
your bed,
Casey.
your thighs peak. You got great
Honestly,
thighs.
I'm like.
You're welcome. What about you though? I watched your documentary last night.
This
Not quite a
shit's weird
porno,
as
but
fuck.
kind of,
I don't know
more of a
why I'm
documentary.
watching it.
I
I'm
like the
telling
book.
you.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
made a
standard,
pornographic
yikes.
masturbation documentary.
Was that your first time being naked on the internet?
No.
True.
Was that your first time masturbating on the internet?
No, I don't think so. It's my first time masturbating. I was in
Casey, get in
couple
Discord.
porn movies. So definitely masturbated on and like art
Get in
movies.
Discord,
I was in-
Casey.
Oh, cool.
I've been filmed masturbating or naked or photographed masturbating a number
Hey.
of times. I don't know where all those things.
What happened with the truck?
Yo. Wait, Brock, what?
Marx said he had to start being in there every day because when y'all closed last night. Apparently there was like 5 opties left outside.
What?
Is that not true?
Here in Bowie?
Shut up!
Here in
Yes.
here?
Yes.
But he hasn't been here.
No, that's what he was saying. Because he wasn't here Monday, that happened. So now he's gonna have to start being here. I was like, there's no
don't-
way, man.
I don't think there was.
You know, it's like, even if that happened, that's on whoever unloaded the truck and didn't stay late enough to put it all in.
I'm sure we didn't even get the truck late. What?
Well, no,
Got
I'm
the
saying,
truck at,
like, but still, like, there would be no reason to leave anything sitting outside. Everything
Yeah.
would fit inside. I was
The
like, so that
only
would
thing
be
that
on
was
whoever
outside-
unloaded the truck.
Yeah, the only thing that was outside was trash. It was opties of trash.
There's no way that Wendell got upset about a piece of trash.
Yeah, no, that would literally have been the only thing. And I think maybe like
Tom
the
could
only
even be
thing that I
wrong.
know of is that maybe a case of water got left out.
A case or a pallet?
The pallet, I mean,
No.
sorry.
Even still, it wouldn't matter.
But I don't even know if that's true.
I don't know, man. I was like, I don't, whatever's going on, I don't believe it.
I straight up don't know anything about that. I know that apparently we didn't. We got like a $9,000 order.
Oh, well, there's
We got, like-
definitely no way it didn't get put inside immediately then.
Yeah. Well, we also just like got nothing.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. I don't know.
Who's unloading
it be
it? Is
more?
Virgil still coming over and unloading it?
Unfortunately, it was Billy. So there's
Oh,
your
well,
problem.
there's the problem.
Uh-huh.
That fucking dipshit.
God, he's so stupid. Jesus, he's actually just. Man, he is fucking
It's like,
stupid.
it's unironically sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christ. Man, we got so much shit done today, Casey.
Yeah, how's it going up there?
So far, so good. Everything's going smooth. We made
Good.
some changes today to the plans. Mark got them sent in. So, we're doing
Alright.
A-okay so far.
I see. What is this video that you're watching, by the way?
Oh, so this lady, we were watching this lady. She has a video.
What's her name?
Brittany Simon. For research purposes, huh?
Yeah, for research. No, I'm just confused what this video is.
So, basically, she made this video where she, like, levels people on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being people that are, like, completely at peace with the universe. And 1 being people that are so stupid they can't kill themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
I've, like, I keep, like, getting bored at work and I, like, listen to, like, Destiny videos because they're kind of entertaining in nature.
That's so weird.
That I do that, or...
Everything about this.
So, but she keeps talking to Destiny, and I keep listening to them, and I'm like, they're always talking about it, and I'm like, I need to hear this. So I finally, like, went and watched it, and I remember she had a chat with this guy. This guy's a fucking awful person.
I see. This is very odd.
You wanna keep watching with me?
No.
No, you gotta make some comments on it.
Listen. Just like, I don't know. She's just a weirdo, I guess.
Nah, okay. We're gonna resume it here, Casey, and you're gonna...
Well, I'm gonna watch it because I'm playing Fortnite with somebody.
You're so cringe.
Gonna watch it on your stream then, I guess.
True.
Because we're
Okay.
destined to
I'm
end
going
up, so I
back
don't
to
know how much
watching
of
it
it's, like,
then.
on the internet. This is definitely the most high-profile first time. That's the first time I posted myself masturbating on Facebook.
You posted it on Facebook?
I posted a link to it on Facebook. Yeah.
Did you get banned?
Completely
No,
based!
I think you can post links to porn on Facebook.
Oh, great.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Why did you do it? What was the motivation?
I actually made a video called "Why Did I Make a Porn Movie?" But that will go into this in more detail. But for a few reasons. One, I was feeling exhibitionistic, and I thought it would be enjoyable.
Mhm.
2, I wanted to kind of explore the idea that we all masturbate to porn, and yet it is seen as a very lowly thing to create. And I think there's a lot of hypocrisy and like sex negativity around consuming and relying on the naked bodies of others while also looking down your nose and saying that these people are disgusting degenerates for making the content that you like need.
Totally. I agree. Yeah, I think so too. I will say I'm very selfish in my work, meaning like I really do it because I love it too. Did you do it in any way because you loved it, like the feeling of it or the look of it?
Yeah, I probably have more mixed feelings about it. I feel like I enjoy being exposed, but it also feels kind of like bad.
In what way?
I don't know. It's just like violating or exposing or embarrassing, and like that. It's like kind of adds to the thrill of it, but it also is just sort of unpleasant at the same time. But I think that I think porn should have more conflict in it. So that's another thing I wanted to do is like.
So true.
I feel like most masturbation porn is like, oh, look at my nice hotel room and I feel good in it and I'm having a good day. Ooh, gosh, this feels so good and everything's fine. And it's like that. I really don't like that. That's not been my experience with sex in real life. It's not been my experience with any woman I've known, and their relationship with masturbation has not been this like completely easy, fun, free thing that just makes them feel good and nothing else. And it's just weird to me that in most porn does not expose people. It conceals them and just gives you like a new, like it exposes their bodies.
Right.
But that's just part of what is like arousing about porn. I think some of the most successful
fucking
porn
video,
actors,
bro. Where's my fucking volume mixer? I gotta turn it up. He's so
bring
fucking
more of their
quiet.
personality to their work. So I was interested in exploring that, but I wouldn't say it
There
was
we
like.
go.
I mean, I've only posted twice on Pornhub. I think I am filming a pornographic
Dude,
version of my real
gotta.
doll review,
Mm.
and
Gotta.
I might.
I don't know,
might
man.
post
I
it.
can't say
I
that,
don't
but
know.
it's fucking.
Well, gotta talk to Jamie,
because
and then I gotta
that's
see
a
what
bit of
I
an
think of it.
accusation, but
Why don't
he's
you do
so
an OnlyFans? Do
fucking
you have one?
weird.
Because I don't. No, I don't have one. I don't want to be a sex worker.
Oh.
I think I am beyond what I already am. I think filming yourself jacking off can be fun. Having to film yourself jacking off in order to pay the rent sounds like a level of coerciveness that I would be very, very uncomfortable with. Yeah,
That's fair.
I mean, I've done some sex work. I wasn't reliant on it, but once the money gets involved, it gets pretty confusing for me from like a consent perspective.
Well, if I may push back a little bit on that, just to share how I do it, but like everyone knows on my OnlyFans, like there are some months when I'll post twice a week or twice a month or whatever I feel like because I refuse to make content when I don't want to, especially not naked content. But I don't, that's what I mean to say. When you sign up for my OnlyFans, you are not getting a person who thinks, oh, my customer is going to be upset with me. No, I think you're getting a random like erotic artist brain who's like, today I will film my pussy.
I
But
can't
like,
stand
it's not,
either of these people.
it's
I'm telling
not,
you.
It's
I
only,
don't know
it's
why
at
I'm
the
still
whim
watching
of
this.
my artistry, not at the whim of the customer. So like, don't you think you could find that balance?
No, because
Oh.
money makes it so that it is at the whim of money.
Why? I make money.
Same
and
with
I don't
streaming.
Care.
Like
I don't get it.
you don't care because you're making enough money, but if you start to not make enough money, or
Yeah.
it turns out that I mean, I don't think you can know how you are feeling about something when you are being paid to do it. Same thing with streaming. Like, how much would I stream if it was purely just for fun,
So
like
true.
organically? I probably would stream a lot
I hate
less.
agreeing with him. I do.
And it is fun, but I don't know how fun it is because it's also paying my bills, and so now I have to stream. And even
Interesting.
if I don't want to, and I don't exactly even know when I want to. Now it's just like I know I just show up and do it because it's my job, and it's a job I like. But it's okay for me to be kind of confused.
True.
And to have a
It's
fraught
literally
relationship
the
with
only reason
streaming
we're winning
because,
chimps. I don't know how else to beat chimps, bro.
I only do it a few hours a week, like 8 to 12 hours a week or something. And it's not penetrating my body.
Amen,
If I
brother.
was sticking a dildo in my ass 8 to 12 hours a week,
True.
and that was paying my bills, then like the question of like, do I want to put this in my butt? Like, oh, I don't really know, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's a much more, to me, feels like much murkier water to be
For sure.
dragging yourself into.
Okay, I
Not
feel
and
that.
streaming itself. I think streaming is already bad for you enough. It's like
There's no water.
it's like parasocial sex work. So
Totally. No, I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel that. Okay, wait a second, because this is interesting. Because I guess I would say, this is so funny. I remember there was a time when I wasn't. My grandfathers had both died, and then I was sick, and then I was just not feeling up to it. So I hit up OnlyFans, and I was like, "Hey guys, no offense, like I cannot feel sexy right now. Like I'm not gonna force myself to feel sexy to post. Like I'm just going through it." And so for like a month, like they just let me off the hook basically because they understood. And I think I have the luxury of having such a good audience that they don't make me feel obligated to post, but also I make it clear that I just won't. Like I'd rather just not pay bills. Like, you know what I mean? But you're right that I'm at also a position where I have a savings, so I do have the luxury of
Shut the
not
fuck
worrying
up.
about it. I'm also a person who used to post nude for free, and I still do. Like I just don't care that there's like I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I posted one because I love it, but two, you're right that the job element is there. So like I think about like for my birthday, I have this whole shoot planned. So those things all exist at once, right? Like that turmoil between us. But like you as a Max, like you, how does Max feel about it? Like does Max have any issues, or is Max only reacting to his life? And so do you feel like you're pulled by that, or do you feel like you can get a hold of it and pull the balance between the money and the performance and your dignity? And
no, I don't think there is a balance. I
what
think
do you
that's
mean?
why
I'm telling you, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Well, in what way do I have to qualify? I don't understand. I feel like I'm.
I don't believe you. Fucking damn.
I just
Okay.
feel
I
like-
think-
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't. So this is one difference in how we think.
It's so funny to
I
me.
am not
It's
going
so
to
funny
stamp
to me.
something with, I have found balance. Or I know how I feel about this. To me, the door is always open. And,
Why am I
that's why
still
when you say,
watching
how are
this?
you? I don't have an answer because I don't know. And I know that I don't know. And
Do you
so,
not know how to
and
live
that-
in the
Oh,
present?
this is enough to win. I'm gonna win.
It's exhausting to do it constantly, but do you not know how to do it temporarily, like for a second, like live in the live in the
I'm
moment?
saying that you don't know something. I'm saying
I'm
I'm saying I am better than you, and I'm explaining how. The way that I'm better than you is that you label things with a sense of surety about this is in the good pile and this is in the bad pile. And if the good and bad aren't enough, we'll just do 1 through 5. So that's we're gonna have some nuance here. We're gonna have 5 things instead of 2 things. I'm saying that when you say, yeah, but did you love it?
What do you
I'm
mean?
like,
I have
there's not
bloom
an
crush.
answer. I don't have an answer for that. I can tell
I
you
have
some
bloom
of my
crush.
feelings about it, but at the same time, I know that I have a big blind spot. Money is blinding. So the more money I make, the less I know how I feel about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
That's why
And
I
then
got
combining that with
crush.
sex and all the associated trauma potential. Okay, I was thinking about this about
They
sex.
still get stunned.
People act like I was watching you react to my conversation with Destiny about sex, and I was saying that every sexual encounter has some element of coercion and rape and trauma, and it's all horrible on some level, and that people act like it's so nice and easy, but like it's never actually like that. And you were like here making all these fucking faces, and I was thinking about how if sex goes well.
Oh, I didn't mean to
The
do that.
ideal is it feels good, and then you remember it for a couple days,
Oh, I think
and
we're fine.
you know, you do it again or whatever. You bond with the person, or you don't. You get your rocks off. But if it goes badly, if the person could do the same exact thing to you, but if they don't ask the right questions first, or you're not in the right mood, or you tell them not to right beforehand, they could do the exact same things, lick you and touch you and penetrate you in all the exact same ways and places, and it can scar you for the rest of your life. It could make you never want to have sex again. It could make you never want to hug again.
Yeah.
But then we talk about it like we're not playing with fire,
Oh, we are.
even
It's
though
great.
but we absolutely are. And so knowing that like I could do something to myself or something. So one thing that happens a lot is people multiple times in making videos critical of me will take stills from my porn of me jerking off and take my face while I'm like mid-orgasm
Not with
and
this setup.
Photoshop it onto somebody wearing clothes and be like, Mr. Girl is like a fucking idiot. Like, well, like whatever you're saying about me, you doing that is worse than whatever you could possibly be accusing me of. But I just find it so violating and like gross. And like I know I opened a door to that, but like there's a feeling I get of like just violation and dread when I see that's not like anything else. So yeah, I'm saying
Is the vulnerability? What is it? Is it like, be specific because I don't want to assume for you. Is it the fact that they got you in your
yeah,
own
it's like
face?
when somebody the difference between somebody hating you and saying I hate you and like you deserve to die or whatever, and somebody saying that while they're like looking at your dick is it like hits you pretty differently, or me, it hits me pretty differently. So I mean, even without that, there's just so many things that can go wrong. So I just think that when you're doing sex work, you're just opening a door to a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
And you don't know when it's dangerous, and you don't know how it's affecting you, and you can't know. And so that's why I'm saying I'm better than you, because
Thor, how you doing?
I can't. I'm not going to simplify my answer and just say like, yes, it's good or it's bad or I figured out. I don't believe it can be figured out.
See, but that's a little isolating, right?
Thor
You're limiting
robotics.
yourself and your
Long
ability to
time no
problem
see.
solve and say,
Yeah,
oh, okay, I am
work's
smart
been
enough
a
to come to
bit
this
busy. It's
conclusion
been
at
hard
least,
to strain.
and then to build off of this conclusion. Like, even if you start off with thinking that we're humans and even existing itself is playing with fire, I think being alive is crazy and magnificent and just insane how we survive every day. I do things every day to myself where I'm like, I could have died. And I didn't. Holy shit, another day where I get to live and play, games and get high. Like crazy. And then I just I just put that knowledge against everything I'm doing. So when I do drugs, like I did DMT a while back. And when I did that, I made a decision that, hey, if this goes bad, this is how I'm going to react. Or even when I do BDSM, I usually call my sister and I say, hey, let mom and dad know that if I die, like I died happy. Because I do kind of risky behavior when I do BDSM. The idea is that life is risky. And so when you play with fire, you should be cautious and be safe if you can.
Christ,
Yes,
and then
Thor.
enjoy it.
Just go fuck
Okay, so
with
you
them
are
and
aware.
fucking
You agree that when
Twitch
you're doing
chat
sex work, you're
forehead.
playing with fire.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree that you're playing with more fire than when you're doing your non-sexual calls?
I don't do sexual calls.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Can't stand
non-sexual.
any of these
Oh, you did
people.
say non-sexual. I thought you said, sorry, I heard sexual. I was like, uh-oh, wait.
He would if he could.
I don't know, because depends. If you say, like, my calls can get... Some people think I'm playing with fire because some of my callers are on quite
This is
intense journeys.
unstable.
Yeah,
Yes,
some
you're
of
playing
them.
with you're playing with a different kind of fire. That's
Yes,
true.
so I think all of existence is that way. I think me even being here with you is sort of playing with fire, but I'm hoping to get burned in the good way. In a masochistic, delicious way.
Yeah.
So...
But
But I think, look,
guess.
if you
I
asked
don't-
me, like, is my sister taking less of a risk with her life being a teacher than I am as a sex worker? Yeah. But everything in my life is playing with fire. My dad's told me since I was a child, Betsy, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. And girl, I've been burned a lot. But for me and my personality and what I desire out of life, the curiosity is worth it. That's why I'm a cat. So I've lost many lives because I want to know. And when I'm asked the question, wait, Max, when I'm asked the question, how am I want to know the answer. I don't know how you're fine not knowing the answer.
I just don't think that you can. That's why I'm a level 6, because I know that you can't know.
I feel like you can't know everything, and most of us will die not knowing very much. I know very little. But I think what I can know is what I'm experiencing. I can know me and my consciousness.
Yeah, I don't
No.
agree.
Okay.
Well, I mean, are you defining your consciousness
beating
of what you know,
chimps.
or do you? Like, I think one thing I run into with a lot of people is I talk to them as though they don't know how they're feeling.
I do
So I
that
talk
too.
to everybody like, yeah. So it's assumed that there is a large, the rest of the iceberg that you don't know about. Do you agree with that?
I think there is the rest of the iceberg, which is why you should spend your life exploring it and figuring it out and putting it in different situations. That's how you know the self. That's how you know other people. So you put yourselves in situations. Like I can
Do
think
you
of
agree that there's a large amount of that you can never know?
about the
A
self
permanent
or
blind
about
Level two.
permanent about yourself, about your feelings, a permanent blind spot.
Sort of, sort of. I've been experimenting with LSD, shrooms, and weed, and I've been trying to do this
Oh,
experiment
God.
where people
Yeah.
people told me when I first did acid, they were like, "Do not look at yourself in the mirror," and I was like, oh, "Why?" And they're like, "You'll see things you never thought you'd know about yourself." I was like, "Really?" So I went into the mirror and I looked at myself, and I was like, "It's the same old shit." And then I was like, "Oh, you guys don't do that regularly?" I literally examine everything about my body, about who I am. I sit with myself constantly, but then I also put it against other people's energy. I go and I talk to people, and I'm like, "Hey, what would Max do if he had me? Max, do something. What would I learn about myself if Max had it like his way? Then I could learn something about myself, you know? Maybe he'd do something insane, or maybe he wouldn't do anything. Maybe he would just look at me in a room, and I'd have to be okay with him staring at me. Maybe he'd bring out the sex
Wait,
doll.
when you said would Max, if Max had me,
Yeah, like as
what is
a
it?
like, have you ever sorry, it's a little BDSM-y, I guess, but like, you know, when you go to someone, you say like,
I'm familiar with
Oh.
the terminology. You can
Well,
just
okay, so I have this idea that if I put us in a room together and said, let's just like see what happens, there would be an organic, interesting sort of dance of energies that could occur. And I don't know what it will be.
No.
And maybe we can preemptively negotiate for some sort of safety barriers. But in general, I think you can kind of see where things go, and you learn about you learn about them, you grow, and you learn more about that iceberg.
you're talking about a scene.
Yes, I'm talking about a scene. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so you learn more about the iceberg. I think there
I have
are
a girlfriend.
Yes, I'm aware. She seems nice.
We're very happy together.
I figure
She
as
is
much.
nice.
Stop, please. So, would this be uncomfortable for her? Should I pull it back?
I think it's fine to make her uncomfortable.
Are you uncomfortable?
True, Adora. Fuck off.
There is a forwardness about your sexuality and your sexual fantasies about me that feels like if I were to do the same thing to a woman,
Mm-hmm.
it would be you're using your privilege.
Well, I don't really want to have sex with you, though.
And-
I want to have a non-sexual moment with you, in which we are naked and together, but we are not sexual. I don't even want. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. If I said that to a woman, it would be
Well, maybe
Pretty
most women.
scandalous.
I think so, but I think I am unlike most women. I have an incredibly high drive. I've
I'm
studied.
talking about
I
the
like
society.
sex.
I'm talking
Well,
about
then
the
fuck them.
the
We're
so-
not. They're not around. We know that, but we're talking right now, just us, right? So, like, are you uncomfortable with my forwardness, or are you uncomfortable with the way society is going to perceive this conversation?
comfortable with your forwardness because of the double standard.
Set on by existence instead of just us together. Like, we're having a moment.
Where it's not just we're not having a moment.
Oh.
We're broadcasting a show to hundreds of
Should I be
people.
considering them right now?
I am.
Hi to Max's audience. My audience is fine. They're prepared. They're crazy. But your audience, do you think it's them?
Well, you're
'Cause-
also the woman. I'm just pointing out that it's like it's like when gay guys touch women's boobs when they're drunk, or when
Mhm.
women are drunk and they grab your dick. It's not fair.
Okay. Well, let's make it more fair by showing people we can have this conversation. It will be nice, and I'll like it after. And I won't accuse you of anything, and it will be great. And then we can change society all in one conversation.
I don't know.
I still don't know why I'm watching this. I've yet to figure out.
Wait, why did we get onto whether it makes me uncomfortable?
Oh, because Shaylin, is that her name? Shaylin, is that how I say it? You mentioned her, and you mentioned facetiously that you're in a relationship. I'm not sure if I should.
Yeah.
Are you negotiating with your Like, are you negotiating your boundaries, or
No.
making a
I'm
joke,
just
right?
pointing out to you. I'm not just making a joke. I'm acknowledging that I feel her presence here.
I think she seems nice and interesting. I hope she doesn't think
She seems nice.
Well, I don't know her, so I'm basing.
I
her
don't
off
even.
Of what
I
I've
don't know
seen.
her. Based on what I've seen, she seems nice.
Can I ask you a question? Do you not like that my eyes flicker back and forth? Do you think I'm reading chat?
I don't. No, that's fine. If your eyes. Why are you asking that? I don't have a. I didn't.
Notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a preference about whether your eyes flicker back and forth.
Okay, just checking. I noticed it could look
I
weird.
assume.
but I'm looking at both of us. I have two of us on the screen, so I'm looking at both of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking back and forth. I assume that you'll tell me if you look at chat.
Yeah, I won't bring it up just yet. I can't. I get too distracted, so I won't hear you if I'm reading the chat.
Message.
Like, I won't. I will literally zone you out, so it doesn't work.
So yeah, I feel women are pretty rapey, and it makes me uncomfortable.
What?
Are you saying? I understand that. I
They're
just want to make
entitled.
sure.
Women are very sexually entitled.
Some of them can be, and I just want to make sure.
You are.
But should I reel it back in? Are you asking me to consider your feelings, and I will reel it back in?
No, I'll tell you if I want you to stop.
So you want me to keep going, but you don't like it, or do you like it?
It's not that I want you to keep going, or I want you to not do it. I want to say how I feel about it, and how I feel is, I mean, it is weird to like have somebody talk about their like physiological arousal on a stream with you the first time you meet them. It's very forward.
Well,
not
it's more
something
like
I
a
would
mental
do.
one. It's more like I'm attracted to your brain, and I think that we could create an interesting thing mentally more than orgasmically.
Yeah, but you're talking about your underwear.
Yeah, but that's just like a physical reaction because I'm mentally turned on. Is that okay?
It's fine, but it's a bit rapey.
I can see that. I can see it. It's too forward. So I can reel it back. That's what I'm saying. I don't...
I'm not telling you to reel it back. I'm just labeling your behavior as rapey.
I guess, but I think for me, rapey is only if it's not wanted. So if you don't want it, then it's rapey. But if you like it, then we're just flirting. But I can literally like shut it down.
No, he's in a
you
relationship.
can like something that's rapey. I'm not saying
You can like the fantasy of rape, but
I
the reason
don't
it becomes...
I don't especially like it, but I don't especially dislike it. It does make me a bit uncomfortable, and the reason it makes me uncomfortable is that I think it's presumptuous and rapey. To say that if somebody likes something you're doing, that means it's not rapey is insane. Lots of people
I
like
guess it depends.
rapey
So
things or
true.
situations.
I like CNC and I like rape as much as the next person, but only in a fantasy. When it's real rape, well, then it kind of ruins the mood. Well, now the mood is ruined.
That's the
I don't
problem
think
with
that's
real
true.
rape.
You think the mood can't? Okay, that's fair. I think an individual
Lots
can
of
have
lots of
experience.
people experience orgasm, arousal, and
Right.
joy and pleasure
But that's
during
different.
actual rape.
Yes, of course, but that's different, right? That's your body reacting to a thing that might make sense for you. But mentally, there's like a different relationship happening, but not always. So I'm open to all of the individual experiences that could occur. But right now, I want to make sure that we're not having a meta conversation about your boundaries or feelings. But
No, I'll tell you if I'm setting a boundary.
Okay.
We are talking about my feelings, though. I'm saying I feel off-put by the rapiness of some of the things you've said, and kind of by your whole empire.
Okay. What is it about my empire you don't
No.
like?
I find the blurring of sex work and self-help work and cult establishment. It feels culty. It's like a sex cult, really, and that seems kind of inherently rapey to me.
I guess if you look at it
Again,
in one way, it could be. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it
mean,
is
you can imagine.
objectively. I don't think it is, right? Because like we're on Discord and YouTube and we're having calls, and most of the calls are about people's life. They're here for a particular reason. It doesn't operate like a cult. They can come and go as they please. They have access to me.
Yeah, but you're telling them that you can offer them the real truth. And if
No.
they
I
follow
can offer
if you
them
follow-
a tool to maybe
Oh,
help them.
oh, yeah, that's what a cult leader says, and you can offer them. I'm just here to open doors. Yeah, whatever. It's up to
True.
you to blah blah blah, but sign up.
I think
and
you're
pay
right.
me,
Look,
blah,
Max,
blah,
in the
blah.
same way that consensual sex and rape is the same thing because both of them involve sex, the energy and the context changes it. So I agree that from the outside, you could see what I'm doing.
I
You'd be
don't
like,
think
it's the same, okay, the same sex
if I
is
join the
happening,
cult, then I won't think it's a cult anymore. That's how all cults are.
but you can't join it. There's nothing to join.
That's
There's
not
not a
true.
living entity. The only place
That's not true.
well, where is the living entity? Where does it exist?
Patreon,
Well, you have a Patreon. Do you run a cult?
to some extent, not to the same extent that you do, though. I'm not telling people that they're going to find enlightenment by giving me money.
Well, I don't tell them that either, though. That's just how you see it.
It's how everybody who watches that video will see it.
That's fine. It's not for everybody.
Well, okay, that's fine, but I don't think other people think that I'm telling people they can be enlightened if they give me money.
Okay.
I think people think that if they give me money, then they can they can rest assured that I will pay my bills while I have weird conversations with people on YouTube, and that I will continue to make weird YouTube videos. But I don't think.
Same.
Well, no.
I've been on
other
YouTube for
people
12 years,
looking,
Habibi. I've been on YouTube for 12 years. I just started the levels a year ago. People have always been giving me money to hang out, do conversations. I've been doing conversations before I wrote the levels.
Rest assured.
It's just now people incorporate the
I
levels
know,
into the
it's
calls.
so bad.
does not contradict anything I
I
just
can't
said.
But I'm
stand
just
you
letting
were
you
telling
know
people, bro.
that it's not like I
I'm telling
invented
you.
the YouTube channel for the levels. It's not like I invented the calls for the levels. The
I
calls,
don't,
the YouTube
doesn't
came
matter
before
why
that.
you did any. It doesn't matter why you're doing anything that you're doing. All that matters is, for the purpose of this accusation I'm leveling at you, is that you are telling people that they can achieve a higher level of introspection and consciousness
Not
if
guaranteed.
they follow their own. Well, okay, there's a hope that they could if they follow your teachings.
If my teachings are right for them. If they're not right for them, then it won't work. I could be the wrong tool for them. They could need a different
That's-
person.
Yeah, that
Telling you,
reinforces the cultishness.
Why?
Because to have a good cult, you want to split everybody into die-hard converts and then people who think that you're crazy. And then you want to shunt all the people who think you're crazy out. And then it's even better for you when they call you crazy, because then that reinforces the inner sanctum of the cult.
Yeah. I think it would work that way if I didn't do everything I could to avoid the cultiness, but I agree that from the outside that's what it looks like.
I don't think you're doing everything you can to avoid the cultiness if you're telling people that you can teach them the ultimate truths about themselves and you're a sex worker.
Okay. I disagree.
And you're having private conversations with people for money.
I disagree.
You're
I'm
like a
doing it.
therapist, a sex worker, a priest,
And
friend,
whatever they need me
a
to be.
lover. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
I get it.
Christ,
I'm a
bro.
Britney. I'm whatever you need me to be. I'm like a Ditto on Pokemon. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Because I think life is much more nuanced and interesting than we've laid it out to be. The construct of our society is pretty good, but usually helps the general public. And I think people like me, who are not the general public, we need something a little bit more niche. So
You're
that's
like
why
Dr.
I do it.
K.
Yeah. My part of my audience likes Dr. K. They recently got me into him the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your obsession with Dr. K is very human.
What?
We're using human as an insult now.
No, I think it's like I think it is what it is. Like you have a belief, you think
Yeah,
it's right.
that's also those are all insults.
I think I do the same things, so I guess I'm insulting both of us.
Maybe, but that's an underhanded criticism to say, I think you're XYZ, it is what it is. Or I think it's very human.
I think it is very human, and I think it's your right to do it, as I think it's Dr. K's right to exist. You and I differ in the sense that I don't want to stop people from living their one life, and you want to put limitations on people. That's where we differ. You want to limit things based off of Max's idea of values, and I don't. I don't care.
Do you think that it should be? Do you think there should be a law against murder?
Kind of.
Okay, so you do think there should be some limitations?
Yeah, I believe in
On
like
people's
yeah, I
behavior.
try to get as like I'm not much of a rule follower, but I think like rules are like guidelines.
Okay, so do you think it should be illegal to steal? Like, do you think if I find out where you live, I should be able to steal your couch?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you can
so
try
we
if
do.
you'd
We
like.
so you do agree on some limitations on people's
Yeah,
behavior.
yeah,
So
and I
that's-
believe
that's not
I
cr-
have
that's not-
stringent ideas of how you need to be to interact with me. So Steve and I talked about this. How Brittany has very black and white rules of how to deal with her, but in terms of what other people are doing with their one limited time on Earth, I'm much more lax with what other people are doing than what people are doing around me.
Okay, so do you think it should be illegal for me to steal from somebody else, just not you? Like, if you saw me breaking into somebody's house, you've never met this person before, and I say, "Hey, I'm gonna steal all this person's stuff." They're
Oh,
on
you can't
vacation."
see it. I
Yeah, it's
can't
probably
sell
wrong.
it.
Would you?
It's
That's wrong.
chimps.
To Brittany, that's wrong. Yeah, I think
Would you
stealing
do
is
anything
wrong.
to? Would you call the police?
Probably not. I'd probably talk to you, I guess, and I'd
Cool.
probably
If I said, I hear you, but I'm going to steal all this person's valuables anyway.
yeah.
Goodbye.
I don't
Can I
know
go
what
into
I
the
would do
house?
in that moment because I've never been quite in that situation, but I would definitely take it as it came. So I'd probably talk to you through it and then be like, I just feel like you're being really inefficient. Like, why don't you just like do X, Y, and Z? And then if you're like, nope, I'm still going to steal, I'd be like, okay, then I'm going to call the cops and we're having a negotiation for what's about to
Okay,
occur.
so all my point is that basically you're just saying that you have different values about what should be allowed, not that things shouldn't be disallowed. You do
Yeah.
think some things should not be allowed. And I think what Dr. K is doing should not be allowed, and you think that it should be.
Yeah,
I think that what you're doing should be allowed. I'm not trying to
because
stop
I'm not
you.
licensed, right? I think that was
Yeah,
your
there's
argument
no-
for Dr. K.
there's-
Yeah.
Well, there's no board saying you didn't sign a thing saying you're not going to do what you're doing.
Right.
Bro,
Right.
I would
And
sell
there's
it
no law
if I
against what you're
could.
doing.
Look.
Right.
So
But even if there
There's
was
no
a law
reason.
against what I was doing, would that be the like? Are you the? Does the law decide or does Max decide?
I don't think there should be a law against what you're doing.
Okay, but you think there should be a law against what
think-
Dr. K is doing?
Yes, there
Because
is,
he's licensed.
and I think yes, there is a law against it, and I think it's a good law. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a law against if you told people you were a therapist, that would be against the law.
Yeah.
I think that's a good law. Because you can't be a therapist and not be licensed and
Yeah.
not be trained and be, having unstructured conversations, video games, stuff like that. Like you need to have more of a plan if you're going to call yourself a therapist and more training.
Yeah, I make it pretty clear that mental health is a completely different thing than I do, but I find that spiritual or philosophy help often helps the mental health. So most of the people I talk
Mhm.
to have therapists or psychologists or people that they go to for their mental health.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good balance, I find. That's why I think my work works, because I can't help with the mental health stuff, not really. Like, I have to go to a therapist for my shit. You have to go to a therapist for yours, but then you can come to me after the therapist stuff.
This
It's like
shit's
going to a
crack,
physician.
bro.
After you see your doctor and you get the cancer figured out, come to me for the other stuff, because there's still more than that. We're more than our bodies. We're more than our experiences. We're many things, I believe. But not everyone has to be forced to be in tune with that thing either. Like, I don't think we should go around telling people, in my opinion, I don't want to go around telling people, like, I don't want to be an evangelical. I don't want to convert people. I want people to make the decision on their own. If they want to engage. If they don't want to,
I've not
don't
been
do it.
listening.
You should just work to be joyful, whether you're 2 or 5.
Fuck
Well, you
man.
need to convert people in order
How
to
am I
make a
supposed to
living.
react, Andy?
You do want to convert people. That's not
No.
true. You clearly
No,
want to.
no,
You
no,
clearly,
It doesn't-
no,
you
no,
clearly,
no, no,
you
no, no.
clearly.
Bro.
No.
Why would you? You're,
Do you know
This
why?
doesn't make any
Do you know
sense.
why? Because half the people on my Discord, ask them, they bully me all the time. Sometimes they'll start off with a call, Brittany, I think the levels are bullshit. And I'm like, fantastic, hit me. And like, we'll have this conversation. Or sometimes we'll be like, I don't even want to talk about the levels. I want to talk about this like philosophy thing.
Okay,
I'm like,
but-
great.
That's fine.
Right?
But clearly, you made. I'm not saying you want to convert everybody. Maybe you do, but you need to convert some people.
Why? What's the purpose? I don't need it. They don't need to be anything different than what they are.
Because it's your job.
No. Because my job doesn't work. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Convert them to. I'm making an assumption you mean my way of thinking, which is not necessary for my work to work.
True.
So
Don't we
convert
all?
them to.
Don't we all, Dora? Don't we all?
Followers, customers.
Maybe.
Like, yeah, I think if somebody's paying you $250 to talk to you for an hour, that you probably don't care whether they believe in your levels or not. I believe that.
I guess
But
the way I
but
run
you're-
my calls
you're-
though, because look, money's not
Yeah.
first, right? Everyone knows I've turned them away from calls. People ask how many people I've blocked and refunded. Ask how many people, like, if I think the call's not working for you, I'm like, you should probably talk to someone different, right? Because it's not about the money. If it was about the money, I'd make a lot more money. But it's
Right.
about making a living while attaining my goals and offering a service that works. I don't want to be a used car salesman. If it's not going to work, I'm not going to sell it to you. So it has to work. And I have like a pretty
That's
high
not a
success rate of
good
people benefiting from those
idea.
interactions, whether they come once or for 5 years. There's just a huge benefit. I've seen a huge benefit in their lives. And then when it's not, they get kicked out, or I get told, like, not like rudely. Like, I tell them, like, hey, babe, you do much better in this arena. I'm not helping you the way I think I should be. So that's how I live within my moral structures, to say, I don't want to be a used car salesman. I'm not the dad of Matilda. I'm trying to do something better here than just being a therapist like I've met who just takes my money and doesn't care if I get better, versus the therapist I did have that really helped me and saved my life. Like, I want to be, I want to actually do good with my work. So, yeah, I can see the issues. And I do my best, but people are going to people max. I can't live my life and limit myself and how I can impact my community because a few people might not interact with me in the way that, quote unquote, saves them, which I never promised in the first place.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're building an unethical cult empire around yourself.
I'm saying it's almost unavoidable when you're an online figure,
the
but you do
fuck?
your best through the process to communicate clearly with your viewers.
I don't think it
parasocial
is
relationship.
unavoidable.
Well, I think you can balance it. I think you can remind people, look, I think it's beautiful and like poetic when a person comes to me and they go, I really feel connected. Wait, They go, I really feel connected to you. Like, I feel like you see me. And I have to be like, oh, take me off that pedestal in that parasocial relationship, right? I'm just a person, right? So the moment you...
No, you're not. But your whole philosophy is based on the idea that you are a level 5, so you're not
But
just
I wasn't
a person.
when I even wrote it. I wasn't even a 5 when I wrote it. Like, that's the point.
Every
It's like,
cult leader starts the story with, I started out just like you.
I am still like everybody else.
Every cult leader says that too.
Well, then that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're right, no matter how you look at it. But what I know is really happening is I know it's not happening. It just looks like it's happening that way, but it's not.
What if you're wrong?
That would be really sad, but I don't think so. I think I'm very transparent, and that helps me feel very confident that I'm not running a secret cult.
If I don't think so.
Maybe. Well, then I don't.
You're like my worst nightmare of what I'm gonna turn into.
Why? Why? People are cool. And they're awesome.
I don't want to be a cult leader rationalizing.
You say that, but you're Destiny's largest disciple. Like, you're his biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe you. But I'm saying if you were where I was, you would be able to...
I don't think I'm... How am I... Why do you think I'm Destiny's biggest fan?
You treat him like he's your cult leader. Versus,
no,
like...
no.
Yeah, you do. You gave him... Somebody said something to you the other day. What was it? Something like, I would never talk shit on Destiny, or I would never betray him. He's given me everything. He gave you a moment on the internet. It's hardly everything. He gave you a second on the internet, which is just like what happens on his channel. You give him a lot of credit for your career, but you are also the thing that makes people stay.
I know that. Oh, I give myself plenty of credit for my career. I'm a big fan of my work.
Okay.
But me being extremely grateful to Destiny for launching my career is different from me being his biggest fan or being like a disciple.
Maybe your language doesn't
I think I openly disagree with a lot of things he says.
My viewers openly disagree with my levels. They make videos about it. They criticize me constantly.
Yeah, but I'm not like his viewer.
What do you mean? You're not Destiny's viewer?
I mean, you're not repeatedly giving your viewers like airtime on your extremely widely watched stream. And it's not just that he's giving me airtime.
People have been on before. What do you mean? I've done streams with viewers and Discord people. They know.
Okay, so then I think it makes sense for those people to be more grateful to you. I'm just saying that I don't see my relationship with Steven as like a fan creator relationship.
But I also don't see the relationship I have with my fans as a cult. But I'm saying from the outside, that's what it looks like.
Well, even from the inside, definitionally, I think that is what it is. Like, it has all the hallmarks.
It literally
of a cult.
doesn't. They have the right to come and go. It's their money. I don't decide if they're here. They decide if they're here. I don't even know if they
That's
leave.
how cults work.
That's how religions work. It's the difference between a religion and a cult is usually your ability to live without it. They can live without my channel. I'm just a YouTuber. They should most certainly leave and go live their life one day and never think about me. Why would they spend their life thinking about some random YouTuber?
No, the difference between a religion and a cult is that a cult is around a person pretending it's around an idea.
Yeah, but I'm a YouTuber.
I could be a Christian, but like Jesus doesn't know that I became a Christian. No person like individually needs me to become Christian. I become Christian.
Christ.
That's why it's a religion.
Fuck.
It's just like a belief system I can buy into, and I know you're presenting yours that way, but you're also a person.
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber.
I've
So like,
gotta
of
go
course,
play
my audience is
Fortnite.
gonna
That's
come
the
to
only
talk to
option.
me specifically. That's the point. Is that I am the thing they are talking
guess-
to, and when I die,
Yeah, but you're telling them you
Just
have all
stop
the
watching
answers.
this video. That's what I gotta do. No thanks. Okay. I had to respond. Bortnite. Where is bortnite? Did I scroll past bortnite? There's bortnite. Oh, bortnite is right there. I'm fucking hungry. God damn it. Where's the intermission screen? There it is. Ladies, ladies. So true, NO2. That is so true. I've never seen anybody be more right, if I'm being honest. What? What is the deal? Say hi to the stream, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyways, guys, I got some fucking corn dogs. Amen. By amen, I mean, let me get off for a bit. Fuck. That's enough. How do I? Okay.